Hey everyone, welcome back to another Rebor review. Today we're taking a look at the highly anticipated KISS, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I think this may be one of the most hyped releases from Rebor in recent memory. Rebor is kind of a divisive company in the dinosaur collecting community. Some people don't like them, some people love them. I actually do quite enjoy their products. Back when the museum line came out years ago, it didn't really live up to the standards of us dinosaur collectors. So Rebor put out this new scientifically accurate T-Rex. Does it live up to it? We shall see a little bit later on in the review. Now, there are two versions of this figure. This one right here is KISS. Some people say it's a JoJo reference, other a Prince reference. For me, KISS just represents those luscious lips on this T-Rex. The other version is Tusk, which is their lipless version, which has the same color scheme as their old King Rex. I was gonna get that one, but I have so many lipless Rex figures. I really didn't need another one. This one is just fine for me. Both of them are going to retail for around $55. You can pre-order them at Big Bad Toy Store and Everything Dinosaur. Links are down below in the description. So let's go over the package really quick before we throw this figure up on the turntable. It comes in the standard Rebor packaging. You got this nice silhouette of the T-Rex skeleton. You can see some bones aren't highlighted. I think the skeleton might represent Stan. Maybe Rebor said it somewhere what T-Rex is supposed to represent. If you know, just drop a comment down below, but I think it represents Stan. You got KISS up here, 135 scale mountain version. Spin around to the back with a picture of all the figures that have been released in their museum line, and then inside the box you do get a nice little collector's card. Now this one is updated from their older T-Rex card. You can see they added a lot more information, updated the skeleton on there. They gave it a much more bulky look on the new card, which is nice. It gives it a little bit more of a museum quality look with this newer card. So enough about the package. Let's throw this thing up on the turntable and take a closer look. But before we throw this thing up on the turntable, you do have to attach the tail. You're just going to push it into the slot in the back and just use a little bit of elbow grease until it's pushed all the way in. And let's start with a nice 360-degree view of KISS. Oh my goodness, this figure is absolutely gorgeous. Rebor knocked it completely out of the park. I knew it was going to be a great figure from all the promotional images, but to get this thing in hand, it is just a sight to behold. I'm going to say it right now, it is the best Tyrannosaur figure on the market currently. A couple years ago, PNSO released Wilson and everyone went crazy over that one, but some people wish they had a lift version, and Rebor delivered. Actually, they delivered both versions. This figure is just amazing. It's big, it's beefy, it's hefty. The color scheme, for lack of better words, is heavily inspired by the Blue Rhino Studios version of one of their T-Rex statues. I'm okay with that because I really like that rusty red color scheme with the black markings on the side of the body and the black head with the red markings on the eye crest. It's just really striking looking figure. It just shows you how powerful and bulky T-Rex is, and look how sexy it is with those luscious lips. It's just all around, the sculpting, paint, and detail on this figure is just absolutely perfect. The only critique I have is the tail seam. Rebor's, most of their figures have come with their tails unattached. That was to prevent bootlegging, and some figures, they fit really nice and flush. You can't even tell they're there. On this one, you can see this giant seam down the middle. I've tried really hard to get it all the way in there. It's not a complete deal breaker to me. I just wish there was a little bit more fine tooling to get that to fit a lot more flush. I'm kind of half tempted just to glue it in and get it nice and flush, because I'm probably never taking this thing off the display shelf. It's not like it's ever going to go back in its box. And now for some quick measurements. This figure is 16 inches long from the tip of the tail to the tip of the snout, or 40 centimeters. 5 inches tall to the top of the head, or 12.7 centimeters. And I'm also going to do a hip measurement because I got a much better scale reading doing it that way. At the hips, 4.5 inches, or 11.4 centimeters. So in real life, T-Rex was just over 40 feet long, or 12.3 meters. So with the length measurement, I'll put this in the 130 scale range. For the hip measurement, T-Rex at the hips was 12 to 13 feet high, or 3.624 meters. I'll put this figure nicely in the 135 scale range. And you do get one accessory inside the package, and you get this little display stand. All you need to do is insert the rod into the base and the support on the top, and just place it underneath the Rex's chest, and now keep your figure nice and supported. It's a big, bulky, heavy figure. You know, it seems like it's really well balanced and it's not going to lean, but you know what? You don't want to take that chance. Definitely use the little base that it comes with, because like I said, it's a heavy figure. If it falls off the shelf, it's going to damage itself and probably damage any figures it lands on. And now let's zoom in and take a look at some of the finer details on this figure, starting with this absolutely beautiful head sculpt. Rebor really went all out on the details on the head of this Rex figure. Just look at all the scale variations. You have all the large crocodile-like scales at the tip of the snout. It's theorized that T-Rex had very sensitive snouts for communicating with each other. You can see all these nice crests decked out and all that red paint. Like I said, this is, you know, a homage to the Blue Rhino Studios version. You do have a nice wash and gives all this caked up dirt look between all the scales. Just really, really absolute beautiful looking piece. And let's take a look at it from the front. You get that nice binocular vision. Let's zoom in on that a little bit. The eyes are painted in gold or black. Gold eyes are pretty standard for Rebor. It's pretty much their trademark. And you can see the nostril. Look at all that nice small scales around the snout opening. You can see the ear canal sculpted in. Just the detail, like I said, on this figure is just second to none. One thing I really like about Rebor, they always show actual, you know, production samples. No prototypes, so you know what, when you see the pictures online, you know exactly what type of figure you're going to get in person. You can see it's a nice lip version of T-Rex. The jaw closes nice and flush. It's just a little bit loose on mine, but you know what? It's not that bad. And let's open that mouth up and take a look at all those beautiful, beautiful teeth. Love the enamel look that Rebor uses on their figures. It just gives them a very, very lifelike appearance. And I can't open the mouth up too wide. That's probably about it. So you can't really see too much of the roof of the mouth. But trust me, the roof of the mouth is very, very highly detailed. And let's take a look at the tongue. Nice glossy coat on this nicely textured and detailed tongue. And same thing for the gum tissue on the sides of the mouth. And look at the lower jaw. All that caked up dirt in there. I think it's a really, really nice look. And let's take a look at the top of the skull. Very, very well done. You have all these nice little scale details all over the place. I remember, you know, when Rebor first came out, their figures were very, very over textured, and this is definitely the best textured figure I've ever handled from them. The scales are nice and proportionate. They probably could be maybe a hair smaller, you know, the beaten scale, but it's really not as bad as the oversized scales on P&SO's Wilson. Then you can see on the neck, you have all this nice black that transitions into this very rusty red coloration. Going down to the forearms. Forearms are nice and proportionate. Now, usually Rebor's arms on their figures are movable. They're really jammed in mine. I tried with a hairdryer and hot water. I can't get them to move, and they're so small, I'm not going to force them because I don't want to stress and break the plastic. So just be careful if you're trying to get the arms moving on yours. On the chest, you can see they give a very, very wide barrel-shaped chest. You know, just figure just, you know, encapsulate, you know, our modern figure T-Rex, a big, bulky, powerful looking animal. And then let's take a look at the underside. You have some nice, very, very fine scale details for the belly. You got a nice light coat underneath there. Some more of that nice wash to bring out all that detail. Let's take a close look at the hands. A little bit of black at the edge of the fingers. Finger claws are nice and sharp. Going down to the very powerful looking legs, you can see some more nice folds and wrinkles, beautiful scale detail everywhere. You got nice dark striping to mix up all that rusty red. Going down to the feet, they are covered in black, and they do have a nice wash to give it that caked on dirt look. Toe claws are nice and nicely sculpted, nice and sharp feeling. Underside of the feet are also very, very nicely detailed. Like I said, the head to toe, this figure is just absolutely beautiful. Going down to the tail, yes, you do have the unsightly seam. That is the worst part, I think, of the figure. And the weirdest part is you have this one stripe right here, and it's basically cut off, and it's not painted on the other side of the tail, so it really does make it look slightly odd in my eyes. And then you transition to these light stripes mixed in with that rusty red coloration all the way down to the tip of the tail. And like most tails on Rebor figures, they are bendy. You can get a nice bend playing around with the tail if my camera would like to focus in on that. Very heavy and durable rubber. You can definitely get some nice poses playing around with that tail. So yeah, all in all, this figure is just, it's like I said, it is the best T-Rex figure on the market right now. You want a nice, highly accurate T-Rex, this is the figure you're gonna go with. Moving on with comparisons, first up here is Collecte's little 140 scale human figure. And let's do some Triceratops figures. Here it is with Pianessos, and next here it is with Eofaunas, and lastly for Trex, here it is with Beast of the Mesozoic subadult Triceratops, which can be used as a 135 scale, and I think this one works really, really well with Kiss. Triceratops was a very large animal, and I think both these figures look really, really nice together. And let's do a couple related Tyrannosaurs. Here it is with Safari Limited Albertosaurus, and here it is with Safari's Daspletosaurus. And let's do a couple of Super Predators. Here it is with GR Toys Carcharodontosaurus, and next up here is also another GR Toys figure. Here it is with their Spinosaurus. And I know GR Toys just came out with their own version of a T-Rex, but I just had no interest in getting it. It just really didn't look like a good figure, especially since I knew this one was right around the corner. And next up here is Ancestors Models 135 scale Edmontosaurus and Neckens, and I absolutely love this. A lot of people don't realize how big Hadrosaurus got, and this gives you a good idea of like just some of the prey that T-Rex had to tackle. Like, you know, a lot of people have this perception that Hadrosaurs were defenseless and weaklings. They can easily be one-shotted by a top predator, but a T-Rex would think twice about attacking an animal this size, especially if it was healthy. One shot from that tail is really going to give a T-Rex a very bad day. And moving on to T-Rex comparisons, here it is with Pianessos Wilson. You know, when this figure came out 2 or 3 years ago, it was hailed as one of the best T-Rex figures on the market, and at the time it was, but I can safely say it's been dethroned easily by Rebor's offering. Rebor's just feels, it's just big and heavy, and it just really just encapsulates everything what I see a T-Rex as. The Pianesso version, you know, the lipless look really didn't bother me. It bothered some people, you know, plus it had really oversized scales. It's still a fine figure, but, you know, they cost the same price, you know, around that $60 price point, but I feel like you're getting a lot more figure with Rebor's offering. Like, look at the size difference between these figures. Rebor's definitely has at least twice the amount of plastic, plus it comes with a bendy rubber tail and possibly movable forearms. I'm holding my figure right now because the middle of my studio has a little bit of a dip in it, and poor Kiss here is not really balancing too well. And moving on to other Rex figures, here it is with Safari's Limited Feather T-Rex, and here it is with Papo's Green Standing T-Rex. And lastly, here it is with some of Rebor's other T-Rex figures. We have the Killer Queen, which is modeled after Jurassic Park. Their grab-and-go Rex sporting the Dinosaur Revolution color scheme, and their OG Rex, the King Rex. Yeah, Kiss right here blows all these other figures out of the water. You know, Killer Queen is meant for Jurassic fans, so we really don't care about accuracy, but these two were released as scientifically accurate Rexes, and even when they released, they were not accurate. So I'm glad Rebor finally managed to produce a very accurate T-Rex. Not only did they accomplish that, they have one of the best T-Rex figures currently on the market. Like, seriously, this thing is just a work of art, and I can't wait to get King Trident and have it displayed along the Fallen Queen right here. And, you know, still not going to believe that Trident's getting released until I actually have it in my hands. I've been waiting years for that Triceratops figure to come out. It's going to be finally nice to complete the diorama. You know, I kind of do wish I got Tusk just to, you know, have it posed with the Fallen Queen, because, you know, it shares the same color scheme as their old King Rex. But yeah, I'm really happy with Kiss. I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed getting this figure. So final thoughts on Kiss. I said it many times during this review. This figure is absolutely incredible. The best T-Rex figure, in my opinion, currently on the market. And I think it's going to be a very long time before someone can top this figure. I really hope in the future Rebor considers making more scientifically accurate dinosaurs, because they proved it. They actually can. I know they have a Diplodocus in the works. I hope that comes out really nice. I'm a huge fan of sauropods. Not enough companies give us large sauropod figures, and yeah, if you get this thing, you're not going to be disappointed with it. Good thing it comes in two options: the lipped kiss version and the lipless tusk version. Links down below to Big Bad Toy Store and Everything Dinosaur if you want to pre-order this. It costs around 55 bucks and it is worth absolutely every single penny. So that will do it for the review. I have one new Jurassic World figure I gotta get to. I just got back from Denver last night, and this figure and the Jurassic World figure have been sitting here for the last couple days. I'm really happy to be home to be checking out these figures, even though I had an absolute blast in Denver. Did a lot of dinosaur stuff, did the museum, did the Jurassic World expedition. It was a really, really good time. So anyways, be on the lookout for those future reviews, and as always, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously and is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys for the next one.